at that time, it was during the war, uh, white people giving black people all kinds of advice about go slow, don't press for equality now, wait until the war is over. So I was thinking to myself, now, if they were black and they had children, would they want to wait until the war was over until their children could have a quality education? I said, I don't think so. So I asked them to write a letter. If I were a Negro, what would you do? And I wrote this letter to Mrs. Roosevelt, and she wrote back and said she was too busy to do it. She didn't say she wouldn't do it. She said she was too busy to do it. So I wrote again in about a month, and she said she was still too busy. So then I read where she was making a speech in Chicago at the Hilton Hotel, which was then called the Stevens. So I sent a telegram to her, said maybe while you're in Chicago, you might have time to do it. Now in those days, telegrams were delivered the same day. So she later had lunch at our place and said that on this particular day, it happens that she had just dictated a column called My Day, which she did every day. And the secretary was saying, well, maybe you ought to try to do that article with that Johnson fellow. So she dictated the article, and what it said is, if I were a Negro, I would have great bitterness. She said, but I would also have great patience. And so the article was published. We sent out a news release to the newspapers in the South and the North. The Southern papers all picked up the part which said great patience.
Of course.
And the Northerners picked up the other part saying you'd be better.
But
so
then
almost overnight, our sales went from 50,000 to over 100,000.
Isn't that amazing?
All around the country.
Because you had the president's wife.
We had the president, because when people wondering, what is Eleanor saying now? Because Eleanor was always saying something.
Yes, of course. That was wonderful.
So that was the turning point. And it was persistence. You know, if I stopped short of any of those letters or telegrams, I wouldn't have gotten it.